Hello and welcome to Pop Snitch Pod. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Brandon.
I literally almost said I'm Branda, and that's how fried my brain is right now on this first day of 2026.
I believe it.
We can be marked safe from family travel.
Yes. We are back. We are back in New York. There's never been a time in my life where I've been more happy to be back in this city.
I cannot explain the trauma that is going back to your childhood home. I read somewhere that whenever you go back and spend time with your family, as a family unit, you turn into whoever you were at the time that you all lived together. And I literally turn into an angsty 18-year-old version of myself, and it is awful for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's also just hard because, you're going back into, especially for those of us who don't live close to our parents, because I think everybody wants it to go well, which puts an inordinate amount of pressure on these moments when if we saw each other at a more regular clip, it wouldn't be the amount of pressure on it would not be the same. And I think, not advocating for moving back to the South.
Well, that's fine. You could move back alone. There is, every time I'm down there, I try to tell myself, if I had to, you could do it. And no, I couldn't.
Well, we ate a lunch at an establishment called the Carolina Ale House, which to everyone down there, from what it seems, is a nice restaurant where one would go to, purchase some food, have a few drinks, and watch a football game. And, and I will say from the outside looking in, it is a nicer establishment compared to most things down there. We ordered a simple nachos, got a couple of beers. And when I tell you, it was not
disgusting.
It was not equal to even the lowliest of establishments in New York City.
I could have gotten better nachos at a dive bar.
Yes.
Deep
a
in
diner.
Queens.
Diner nachos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love diners.
I'm saying and I don't need, how do you say it? Oaxacan cheese? Is that how you pronounce the?
It's unclear to me what you're trying to say. Oaxacan?
It's like OAX. It's like a place, then they have cheese.
Yeah.
So it's I'm not looking for artisanal Mexican cheese to be put on top of I've had good nachos with nacho cheese on top.
Sure. I would like for it not to be a clump of microwaved shredded. I would also like for there to be it had that guacamole, but it was a very bad color. The color was wrong.
It was Heinz guacamole, if such a thing even exists. That was the vibe. It was
disgusting. I just could not believe.
It came from a bottle.
Something was wrong with the chicken too. I don't know. They served it and I was like, I would be humiliated to bring this out to someone.
The cheese, if it would have been melted, shredded, that would have been better. What it was a Carolina barbecue nacho cheese.
Yeah, it was not it. Everything was just I don't know. I couldn't get a salad. There was nowhere.
No,
there was nowhere to eat healthy.
Salads are romaine lettuce.
Yes.
Not even chopped. With ranch.
Yep.
Maybe a red onion.
Copious amounts of ranch.
And maybe a few sprigs of red onion. No preparation. I mean, literally cut from the grind. Yeah. So, I ended up just eating burgers and stuff the whole time, and my stomach revolted against me. My body was like, you know what we're going to do? The whole time, sleep and poop. We're going to be a little newborn baby. That's what I was. That's all I could do. You were in rare form. I will say that.
I was. I understand that about myself. I just I don't know. I felt like I couldn't breathe. The minute I got back to New York, I was like, oh, okay. Here we are, old friend. As soon as we landed in LGA and everyone was walking really fast and, pushing you out of the way, I was like, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was nice to be back home. I immediately had to go to work, which was literally landed, went home, took a shower, and went to work. So
that's true.
That was my re-entry. So
yeah,
could have been better, but I did have today off. So
sure.
Hallelujah.
Well, how did you feel? Did you feel there's a real division on the World Wide Web? Did you feel that 2025 was like a good or a bad year for you?
I felt like, honestly, 2025 was a great year for me. I
Really?
feel like yeah, I do. I think I probably learned more about myself in 2025 than I have in the last 10 years combined.
Wow. Okay.
A lot of which I can't necessarily get into here on the podcast, but I think I've learned more about like my needs, what I want, what I need, being able to advocate for my needs, being able to like more so than any other time in my life in a very short amount of time. Really from October of last year until now, I would say has been like one of the most transformative mental times in my life.
Yeah. I can't decide if it was a great year or a bad year for me. Like I almost feel like I like blacked out half the year.
I'm trying to kind of take an assessment of your year. And I would just say that this was a year of rest. And I don't say that pejoratively, but I feel like for once you weren't worried about work. You weren't worried about where you were in life. You weren't like freaking, like you weren't looking towards the next thing and you weren't worried about the thing you were in. And I think it brought like a stability to you for the last year, which you really haven't had for many, many years. And so I think there were times in that year where you felt like I'm not doing enough or I'm bored or I'm this or I'm that. But I actually think it might have been one of your most stable years in terms of like, you know, in a lot financially.
Financially
mentally,
I had a great year.
Like,
financially, physically, I think were great years for me in terms of like, I didn't break a bone this year.
Thank God.
Hurt
Knock
myself.
on wood.
Yeah. I was able to like be in the gym a lot and I built a lot of muscle. I was very proud of that. And yeah, had a good year at work. Wasn't super stressed all the time. I really enjoyed starting the podcast. I feel like that was a good outlet for me. It got me focused on that instead of like doom scrolling all the time, which was great. Read a lot of, I think I only read, this is the first year I only read 50 books instead of 52, which is something. I tried not to freak out about that, but
let's
that's
not
okay.
judge ourselves too harshly on our book reading.
I was like, I'm just going to let that go. I listened to a lot of podcasts. I was looking up a lot of things about what to do with our podcast. So I'm just going to let it rock. But I think like internally, my brain, I did a lot of brain rot and I need to get back to like writing more in the morning and grounding myself for the day and stuff like that. I think I'll feel better. I went through phases of doing that, but didn't fully get into a good rhythm. And so I think I, like you said, would go through phases of being like, am I doing enough?
Well, I think that'll also change. Like if you get back to those things, like it'll give you creative juice as well, even for like the podcast or different things you want to do. Or if you do want to start writing some, I think that's all good.
Yeah, it's weird. I think like this year, 2026, I had a great 2006, had a great 2016, turning 30. That was a good year.
Hit me with 2006. What was going on then?
Well, I mean, I feel like that was, you know, we met in 2005. It was like a little rocky there at the beginning, but 2006 is like the first full year that we dated. That was the summer that I stayed in that like staged apartment with Lauren.
Oh, okay. Nice.
We stayed in Greenville during the summer and went to concerts and it was just fun.
Yeah, that's great.
That was when we saw Kelly Clarkson after her first album. Remember that?
I never had time hop, so I always forget like year by year. Like I know some people like go back to their time hop pictures and are able to be like, oh wow,
from Monoghan, bro.
Yeah, I don't
That's not a time hop.
No, I don't have.
You don't have a good memory.
Memory is not a thing that I excel in.
No, that is not. But no, 2006 was fun. And we were trying to figure out, you know, what we were going to do about Joyful Sound, if we were going to stay in it or not. I also was going into, I was going in my junior year of college at the end of 2006. And those were like my favorite classes that I took.
Well, I think maybe we could take a little trip down memory road because for the uninitiated, Rachel and I partially met doing a Southern gospel singing group with our college that toured around the Southeast. And that is how we met. That is how we spent the majority of our time together in the early days.
I used to sneak alcohol in the back of the bus and smoke cigarettes, and Brandon didn't know about it.
Yeah, because if she would have told me, I probably would have been so eaten up with guilt that I would have ratted us out.
Yeah, and then I would have gotten kicked out of school, and I had a full ride. So I was like, I can't tell him. He's got loose lips. He's going to sink the ship.
And when I tell you people, what they did to us should be illegal.
I can't even talk. I don't want people to know about that shit show of a place. I can't talk about
I don't
it.
want to tell them. I'm not going to mention it by name, but I just wanted to speak for a moment about how they used to put us in host homes.
With the weirdest people on the face of the planet. With the weirdest
people that have ever walked this earth.
Think about who in your community would be like, yes, I actually would love some college kids who are going to sing on Sunday morning to come spend the night with me. Think about who would raise their hands and be like, yep, bring them on over.
Well, think about if they were making a movie about backwoods Southern churches that would have Southern gospel singing groups lead on Sunday morning. Imagine the people in those pews. That's who we were staying with. We were staying in their homes, often with all kinds of flora and fauna that they were keeping inside of the home. A lot of the times with some of the weirdest people I have ever witnessed in my life.
I once had to sleep on a bed that had been set up in a dining room, and a man kept peeking in because they had just put sheets up where doors should be and being like, can I help you? And I said, if you peep your head in here one more time, we're going to have a problem.
I slept in the house of preppers who were living off of the grid.
Oh, yeah, no connection. Off the lamb.
No connection to the municipalities. Of course.
That's true.
My light is dying, but no connection.
That's because you're talking about these people and that witch you stayed with.
I did stay with the witch. One moment.
He stayed with a water witch who used to go around poking on the land, figuring out where water was. She was a water witch, but they called her something else because she couldn't have a witch in her name and go to
a
this
well
church.
Diviner.
Right. Well diviner.
So, but yeah, we were staying in a house that was completely off of the grid. And by off the grid, I mean not connected to any municipality. They were connected to 100 car batteries that were in a garage that were wired together in parallel to power the entire home. The water was from rainwater that was collected in a cistern.
That's right.
And that is where they put us for the weekend.
It was really cold too, wasn't it?
Oh, it was freezing.
Yeah, and I remember y'all complaining about that.
And they were heating the house with fires, open fires inside of this house.
Yeah, safety was not a concern. I just remember there being a lot of very weird men in the homes that we would stay in, and constantly I always looked to see if there was a lock that I could lock because I would get nervous about some of these guys. And when I had to stay in that dining room, I barely got a wink of sleep because that man kept popping his head through like a puppet coming through. It was so weird.
And these singing groups would have about 8 to 10 people in them. And we would go on Saturdays often to do like what they would call like a youth night for the youth group, which would be 4 to 5 kids from some deranged backwoods church that had never seen television or read a book that wasn't the Bible, or I mean some of the most weird, and there are 10 of us and like 5 of them at every single church that we went to.
They're like, do y'all shoot game? I'm like, you're speaking a language I don't know, buddy. I got nothing to say to you.
Areas of the country where they call the police the law. That's what we're talking about.
Where you walk into their house and there's just a bunch of guns up on the wall. And you're like, well, okay. I think this is meant to make me feel safe. And yet I feel utterly unsettled. Why are these not in a safe?
And the best part about all of this was that we had to toe this party line of this was the most important thing going on in the world and in our lives.
Yes.
And so it was very tough for Rachel. And this was a very rough proposition for my now wife, then girlfriend.
I know I struggled. I had to keep in mind they were paying a lot of my college tuition.
My position on the team was threatened many times simply because of my association with Rachel.
I got in trouble so much.
And her bad vibes.
Oh, sorry.
Her
They
evil
had bad
Jezebel
vibes.
spirit.
They got mad because I was like, this is dumb. All the choices they made were stupid. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
Oh my gosh.
It's fun. Because I was like, why are we having to do an overnight for a place that's an hour away? And they'd be like, don't ask questions. I'm like, but why are we staying in people's homes when our dorm is an hour away? Why are you doing this to us? And they're like, no, it helps with the offering. I'm like, it does not. It categorically does not. Show me the evidence.
I don't know if it still exists.
You know what? I don't either. I hope
form.
Not. I hope for their sake. I hope for the children's sake it does not. Because it was truly a nightmare. And when I think back on it, it makes my stomach churn a little bit. I did not like it one single bit. And I had to like really rally in my mind. I remember my roommates who weren't in there, like Faith and them. I would come home and Faith's like, the worst night of the week was when you came back from those trips and you were just in rare form. I'm like, yeah, they put me in a mood.
Your roommates were scared for you to return. That's how bad.
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was bad. Because I always was like, you won't believe what happened. You won't believe how dumb this was. And they were like, oh my God. Well, we'd get stuck there and not be able to leave or tear down because they're like, hey, you should go talk to so-and-so. And it's literally like a 70-year-old woman who wants to chat with me about the fact that she was in this group 60 years ago. And I'm like, I am the wrong person. Find someone else, anyone else.
Well, I'll say my mother was, I was a legacy in the group because my mother was in the very first iteration of this group.
That's true. That's true. Let me say, if your father had been in it, because your mom and dad met there too, he would have been just like me.
Oh, yeah.
He would have been
he
like,
wouldn't
no,
have survived a day in that group.
I am shocked.
Because he would have been like, this is dumb.
I survived as long as I did.
I do not want anyone telling me what to do.
Yeah. I did not do well with like direct authority when it didn't make sense. When it made sense, I was fine. I was good to go. But when they would do things like make us go entertain 5 kids for no reason and eat pizza on a Saturday night and spend the night with weirdos an hour away, I was like, this is so stupid. Why are we doing this?
Well, the thing that's always going to get me is when stuff doesn't make sense. I'm a rule follower.
Literally what I just said. Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a rule follower. I want to follow the rules. I would not consider you a rule follower.
I am when they make sense.
Yeah, but I think I lean more to following the rules even when they don't make sense. But these rules were always like, not only do they not make sense, but we're going to couch it in religious language and say, oh, it's because, you know, this is what God would want us to do.
Because Jesus told me. And I was like, well, he did not tell me.
Yeah, I must be on a different wavelength. He hadn't been speaking that to me yet.
Jesus told you, his dad, God, told me something different. And so I would like to go with God. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I don't even remember how we got here.
I don't either. Let's get somewhere else. Yeah. 2006. That's a good year.
All right. Take us somewhere else then.
Okay. So we wanted to go through some of the top stories of pop culture and exclude some of the sad ones, obviously, of like people passing, but some of the top stories of 2025. And then I have some predictions for 2026, and Brandon's supposed to have predictions, but I do not see them in our outline, so it's unclear if you followed my instructions.
I have a few, but I have not been using your outline. I probably
I'm so glad that I slaved over that today.
No. Like I always look at it in here, but when I'm writing down my stuff, I always forget that you have the document. I'm actually going to pull that.
You forget that I have the document that I repeatedly share with you?
You didn't share it with me.
Why do you not keep it open? It's in our shared account.
That's a good question.
Okay.
It's open now.
Beautiful. All right. So I tried to do them sort of in order, and you can kind of riff off of them if you want. If you don't care, you don't care. But that's fine. So we started the year off strong with TikTok going dark. Remember when everyone started revealing their secrets on TikTok? Like, I actually didn't have a job and I did an entire corporate account, or, you know, all these things on TikTok. And then it literally came back on 24 hours later.
I mean, I feel like rough take here. I feel like TikTok's still offline. It is not accepting our videos as content.
There has been a weird update to it since it allegedly switched over, or whatever this last update has been, where we're getting like 50 to 200 views on everything, where we were getting like 2,000 to 5,000 views. And I'm like, yes, that's fine, but it's odd. And it just happened after we had a couple videos get 500,000 views, and then directly after that,
it was 56 views.
Yeah,
there's a video from last week with 56 views.
I'm like, all right.
And I will also say this: if Larry Ellison or the people at Oracle are listening, please, let us know why we're being.
Say you, Ariel, whatever your name is. It doesn't roll off the tongue, Larry Ellison.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe let us know why the shadow ban has taken place on the Pop Snitch.
I don't want to know. I don't like him. And also, he's ugly. And I feel like billionaires should not be ugly. That's a rule.
Okay, well, mark the time. Rachel said the F word at 22:40.
You can go ahead and put your little glass sound. I know you're going to make a little burp.
I let you go a lot on here, and I let you just rock.
Thank you so much, Daddy. You let me go.
Ooh, don't call me.
Thank you for letting me go.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Enough.
Then we had the Super Bowl with Kendrick Lamar, where he basically called Drake a in front of everybody. And that was fun.
Yeah. I don't think we could say the R word. We will get shadow banned for
I'm sorry. Am I allowed to talk?
I'm just saying.
Am I allowed to tell truths?
We're gonna be in that TikTok jail and Instagram jail forever.
All right. Can you just make a bleep sound?
You have to say R-worded.
No, because then they're gonna think that I mean the other R word.
Well, I don't think Kendrick Lamar was calling him an R-worded.
Graped.
Okay. Enough.
Okay. I just have to go hard on the gut.
No, I don't think that's allowed either, but keep going.
Okay. Wow. And then LaBubu's became a sensation. And this is one that I don't understand because, we're of the age when Beanie Babies were such a craze. But that was, for a while.
Yeah. And Demon Rabbits lasted for a month.
Yeah. And it is so crazy. We're watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I was shaking my core watching Dorit walk around with that LaBubu.
Well, normal kids just got LaBubus for Christmas this year, so just know LaBubus are out.
They're done.
No more LaBubus. You're never going to see another one.
You got your LaBubu, they're going to stop wearing theirs, and having a LaBubu is now embarrassing.
If you're on eBay selling LaBubus and that's your business, you betcha get them all listed.
Yeah, get them out. Ship them out.
The stocks need to clear.
That's right. And then after, or perhaps during the LaBubu craze, we had Pepper No.
Pepper No.
Pepper No. With the White Lotus, and we had our brotherly love scene.
White Lotus fever.
Yeah, it really was. What I loved about, honestly, White Lotus, I would say this too, with The Pit and Adolescence, those three. Everybody kind of watched them all together, had this collective...
A callback to the 90s when we all were basically all watching the same thing. We had a little bit of a monoculture moment there.
Yeah, I love it when we get those moments where we're watching things in sync, we're discussing things in sync. I think it's honestly why I love Bravo.
Why White Lotus, though? White Lotus just does not make sense.
Because White Lotus is good.
I don't get why it's good. I need someone to explain to me.
I'm sorry that you're tasteless. That must be so hard.
I'm not tasteless. I watch it. I take it in.
You watch it and you don't think it's good. Tasteless.
It's not that I don't think it's good.
X plus Y equals Z.
I just think that I don't think it's bad. I just don't understand why it's good. Does that make sense? Then
perchance it's not for you.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I just don't get the tone.
Okay. That's fine. I'll
say, if it is social commentary, maybe I'm dumb. I just need it to speak a little louder. You know what I mean? I'm not picking up on all of it. I'll admit. I don't see it.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember, someone was saying that each season was meant to represent a different thing about the wealthy. And the first one was about money or power, and then the second one was about sex, and then this one was about family. I could be wrong. I can't remember exactly what the themes were, but what I like about it is watching all of these characters form. You're just seeing them on vacation, and some of the characters are left over from other seasons. And I think it's interesting how he is able to form characters so quickly through a season and make us care at all about them and give us cultural content and criticism in such a short period of time. And I mean, created absolutely amazing memes from all of it. That I will remember for years to come. The one where she was like, honestly, at this age, I don't think I'm meant to be, what did she say? I don't think I'm meant to be poor or something.
Yeah. I don't
think I'm meant to be uncomfortable.
What the hell is going on?
And I'm like, honestly, me neither. What's happening over there? You look like you're in a skating ring starting a fire.
Well, my thing keeps saying low battery, but it's not low battery. It's
almost like you should charge it.
It's plugged in. How could it possibly be low battery? I just what the hell is happening here?
Brandon, please don't curse. This is a clean podcast. This is PG. Or so I've been told. I'm not allowed to curse. I'm not allowed to call it what it is. Gonna be bleeped every other word. Are you feeling better?
Not really.
Lord.
I tell you, it's like we start this podcast and it's like immediately, it's like
a demon comes in and tries to attack us through technology.
It's like Mercury
is in retrograde.
Is always in retrograde on this podcast.
That is true. You did blow out my left eardrum with that always. Are you ready for the next one?
Sure. Go ahead.
Lady Gaga returns with GagaChella.
Oh, and I have already been to the Mayhem Ball, which I will be attending again in March with Rachel. So we're very much, and I'm all in on Abracadabra for Best Song at the Grammys. I'm all in on Mayhem for Best Album at the Grammys. I'm all in on the Gaga-thon. I hope I get my wish.
She is absolutely incredible. I can't believe she's my age. I can't believe that she's been around for 20 years and that she is so good at what she does.
I believe that she was the singer at either the 2006 or 2008 ball drop. I remember I saw it this morning, so maybe it was the 2006. If it was 2006.
If it's 2006?
Then
look it up.
I don't know. Let me see.
Look it up and see. Because if it's 2006, I might pee. It's probably 2008, though. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I don't think it would be 2006. Are you trying to talk out loud to it? To your AI?
I just typed it.
Oh, you're talking to yourself. What does it say?
Well, this is wrong. It says it was 2018, which is not true.
Okay, well, let's move on. We'll come back to it. Anyway, Brandon and I we've got front row seats to see her in March. And there's apparently like a car coming to pick us up or something. Is that true?
Oh yeah. So the tickets that we bought to it were, I bought them on the day of it opening, and the only tickets left were on the second row. And I spent an exorbitant amount of money for these tickets that include backstage passes and a Uber specialty car that comes to pick you up at your home and then return you to your home afterwards. So we are still debating on whether we want to sell these tickets for lesser tickets or if we want to just go and have the night of our lives. So, you know,
treat yourself night.
So let us know on social media what you think about our Lady Gaga experience. Should we just eat the cost and go and enjoy it, or should we sell them and maybe enjoy a rather large vacation off of what we can make?
I think one of my favorite moments from this year was definitely the Coldplay kiss cam.
Oh.
Because there was nothing you could have done to predicted something this bizarre happening. And then like Gwyneth Paltrow going on and doing the stuff afterwards. Like there was just so many things that riffed off of it that were funny, and people are still talking about it. Like it is still in the ether.
So what do you think? I don't know if you actually read the article or not, but what did you think about the article where she basically, I think it was New York Times, where she came on and did an op-ed where she was basically like, this ruined my life. Everyone shamed me for being a harlot or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that dynamic?
I mean, she's not a harlot, and he lost his job too, right?
Oh, I think everybody involved, including people who knew about it, got fired.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay. Like, sorry that you got caught. And also, now would be a great, like, I feel like if they lost their jobs but were in on the joke, it would have been a time to become part of the joke. Sometimes people don't know how to lean in and create a name for themselves with it, which could have helped her. And instead, she's like, I've lost everything, and people said I was a harlot. Well, you were screwing your boss, baby girl. So I'm not saying you're a harlot, but I am like, you know, what do you want us to do here?
It's just so interesting. Like, we have no idea the dynamics. Like, was he putting pressure on her to be with him? Was this like a mutual thing? Did they really fall in love? What were, it's like, we don't know anything, but the world took this and just ran a million miles down the path. And I do have empathy for the people involved because it is their real life, but it also is just absolutely insane.
All they had to do was act cool. No one would have known. No one would have taken pictures of the kiss cam. No one would have noticed. Is there a reason you're blurry?
You know.
What?
Okay. No,
now you're back. Okay.
It seems that we're still recording somehow.
Okay. I think we'll move on because Coldplay kiss cam seems that the technology demon wants us to move on.
Yeah, I think
we also had a new pope. Well, the pope met with JD Vance and then was immediately killed. And we have a new conclave. We got to see conclave.
I don't know if we should say that he was killed.
Okay.
He die
met JD
shortly
Vance,
after.
Died immediately.
he had a
a session.
No, what is it called? I always forget this.
Oh, an audience.
Yes.
JD Vance had an audience with the Pope.
All of the right-wing comedians had an audience with the Pope, and then he had died immediately.
Yeah, I think that would be my experience as well.
Yeah.
And then we got to watch conclave happen in real time.
Pope Leo, America.
We got America's Pope from Chicago. And that was fun.
Who immediately was like, I'm not American. I don't feel American. I've been other places.
We were like, hey. And then he was also like, hey, we should be nice to immigrants. And all of the American right-wing Catholics were like, no.
He's not any kind of American I support, I'll tell you that much.
They were like, we don't believe in the Pope anymore. And we were like, oh, okay. Well,
you know, all those right-wing conservatives and their Pope love.
Yeah. So hopefully no one will have an audience with this Pope. We'd like to keep him living for a while so we don't have to have another conclave. We also had Taylor and Travi getting engaged. That was a fun, cute little hoopla after she went on his podcast.
Oh boy. The podcast itself, the Life of a Showgirl podcast nightmare that we've all been living in since that fateful day. You know,
it wasn't that bad. It was just kind of uncomfortable because she left so many breadcrumbs for her to be in the Super Bowl, and then that didn't happen. And so I don't know.
Babe,
it was just
wasn't that bad.
I mean,
in my opinion, it might be one of the most culturally cringe things of 2025. It may be as cringe as one of your next ones, which is Katy Perry going to space and holding up her tour thing.
No, it is not as cringe as Katy Perry.
Oh, me and Travi were at home baking bread together.
Okay, I was so happy for her to get engaged. Katy Perry going to space. First of all, Katy Perry had a huge year. She split from her husband, Orlando Bloom, then immediately was like, you know what? I should go to space. And then was nutty when she went to space and came back down. And then
all the memes from her failed tour.
Oh my God. Her jumping around and doing that weird run walk thing like an alien.
It's bad.
They did it what was the sound that they did to it?
Oh,
it was like
And I'm
Go ahead.
Judy.
And I'm Judy.
Yeah.
That's right, because they would show like Beyonce, Taylor, Sabrina, and then Katy. It was so bad.
I'm telling you, like Katy Perry, she needs to
She
get
had
in
a
on the
tough
joke.
2025.
She needs to get in on the joke. But she's laughing all the way to the bank. And she's now with Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a fox.
I don't know if I put it in my predictions or not, but I do think they are going to announce an engagement this year for 2026.
You think that Katy and Justin are engagement material?
I think she is dying to be taken seriously because she had such an embarrassing year.
Well, let's not forget that Russell mentioned her and her entire family at that freaking Turning Point USA garbage.
What did he say? I don't listen to him.
No, he got up there and was saying like she's like a liberal shield now because she's with Justin Trudeau, and her family was there on the front row supporting Russell.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, they're very like Christian and all of that because she started out in Christian music.
Well, Russell's saved now. He's met our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
He's like, after I sexually assaulted a lot of people, I realized I did need the Lord. And now the Lord saved me. The government, y'all don't have to do anything. I'm all set.
Yeah, now that I'm saved.
Ignore the allegations. Don't worry.
Jesus' blood has washed away my sins. No one needs to listen to these women any longer.
I don't need prison. Don't be silly.
My sins have been laid at the foot of the cross.
Yeah, my chains are broken. I've been set free. Okay. I'm good.
No need to go to litigation against me.
No. So yeah, I think they're going to get engaged. And I hope, she's dressing differently. She's dressing very like first lady-ish. If you go back and look at the beginning of the year to the end of the year, her style has like utterly changed. So, I wish the best for her. She had a tough one. I think I would have gone into hiding at her year. It was bad. Remember, before she went on her tour, she did like the VMAs or something. And after her like big like song or whatever, she was like, and just so you know, I did this while I was on my period. And I was like, oh, for some reason I felt as though I could smell it. I just was like, why would you
don't
say that?
Don't
it was just very odd.
She didn't say it. You did.
No, I know. It made me feel that way because she was sweating.
No.
Yeah, it was yucky. I don't know why she did that. I get it. Like women have to do hard things all the time at hard times.
All right.
But
all right.
That's like tattooed in my memory, unfortunately. We also, one of my favorite things that happened was the Louvre heist.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. It's just like a movie.
Yeah. Broad daylight.
Yeah.
Just got in there, got what they needed, and it took them forever to get found. It's kind of like Luigi, where it's like they were kind of sitting around waiting. It feels like, come on, guys. Gather around. Like we're here with our jewels. If you like
when did Luigi do his thing? Was that 2 years ago?
I thought it was last year. No, maybe it was 2 years ago.
Here we go again.
Oh, you talked about Luigi, and there you go. Yeah, he was just sitting in McDonald's, like, all right, if y'all want to call somebody, I've got my manifesto in my bag. And then of course we had Jimmy Kimmel go off the air. That was a big thing. He goes off, he comes back on. He's at war with POTUS. And then simultaneously, South Park is like, you know what? Let me get in on this. Let me become extremely culturally relevant again.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they're taking on the Erica Kirk story here next week. I think.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous. It's going to be interesting. All right, so that's a lot of 2025. Again, we avoided political mostly and sad stories and tried to focus on just interesting pop culture moments. All right, are you ready? Do you want to say your predictions and then I'll say mine?
Let me see if I actually.
I feel like I've been yapping. Yeah, let's see if you wrote any down because I did feel like you were lying earlier when I asked you if you had any.
I did write down a few. Hold up, let me pull. Give me a second.
I had to carry this podcast on my back. The unseen labor of women. And now you're blurry again.
I don't know.
What are you doing in there?
Let me see what's happening with this. Oh my gosh.
Lord, now you look like you're in a prison.
Can you see me now?
What's that movie? The first movie where they were like,
what the hell?
the scary movie where they had their camera and everybody was like, I've never seen anything like this.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about though? Stop making that face. What was that scary movie where they had the crazy cameras everywhere?
The crazy cameras everywhere.
Where the cameras were like shaking, following them? Came out years ago.
There's a lot like that.
Came out years ago. It's the first one like it.
Paranormal Activity?
No, it's like in that vein. It's the first one where they're running in the
Blair
woods.
Witch Project.
Thank you.
Blair Witch.
That's what you were giving, Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, I'm having trouble finding these predictions.
Because you lied right to my face.
No, I did have some.
No, you didn't. Just be honest. Tell the truth.
No, I made a few.
Where? Where did you put it, Brandon? Oh, interesting how you're mute now. Made some. Had a few. They are in a secret place that doesn't exist. Are you glitching?
No. I'll tell you one. One of my first prediction is that Meredith Marks is going to leave SLC without a doubt. Okay. I think that
leave completely or be a friend of.
I mean, maybe she's on there with Lisa occasionally, but I just think she's done. I think that she's not friends with any of these women, I don't think, except for maybe Lisa. Dear God, why is this happening?
You're the one who's supposed to understand the technology. Blair Witch Project again. My God.
It's insufferable.
Mm-hmm. Can you just use your FaceTime camera?
Yeah, I can do that if we just never want to have good content. Sure.
I'm just saying for the last 15 minutes.
And we're back.
Wow, that looks terrible.
Okay. So I think Meredith is gone. I think Meredith is leaving SLC. I think that's definitely going to happen. My second prediction is that I believe that Chappell Roan will release a new album, and I believe it'll be a flop.
Oh, sophomore album, not good?
I just don't think so. I worry. I did not like the Subway. I don't like that direction, if that's the direction it's going. I also think you add in the trouble that she has with the media and the adversarial relationship she almost has to her celebrity and in some ways her fans. And I just see, and also her fans definitely lead I feel lean? Kind of lean, angsty, fickle. And so I think that might be coming. Okay. I do believe in some way in the Bravo universe, we will get the return of some, if not the majority of the Roni women that are still out there.
Like the original, the OGs.
Yeah. I think in some capacity in the next year, we will see the return of Luann, Sonia, for sure. For sure, those two, and Dorinda, probably.
Dorinda, okay.
Dorinda, Luann, and Sonia will in some way be involved in some sort of Bravo offshoot, reboot, something.
Maybe Girls Trip or something.
Yeah, maybe Girls Trip. Maybe something will come out of that. They're still holding on to that Girls Trip where there was all the sexual assault allegations and stuff, too.
Yep,
so
Morocco or whatever.
With Brandy. Whose face infection has randomly cured.
Yeah.
And then I think one of my final predictions will be that we see the end of the Taylor Swift era. I think that there's a big hiatus coming here. Okay. People are thinking about new music. People are. I think in some ways, I hope for her sake that she takes a year or two and really thinks through the next iteration of what she wants to do. That she has reached the zenith for this version. And so it's time to reinvent. It's time to go back and create the change that we saw from Lover to Evermore. And then from that era to what became the Midnight's Life of a Showgirl, Tortured Poet era. That's all one thing. And so I think we got to move. We got to move on. We got to reinvent.
Okay.
So those are my predictions.
Okay. Well, you had 3. I have a lot. So I'm just going to whip through them. And you can stop me. Huh?
I said I had 4, but.
Oh, I'm so sorry to cut you short. I have 12.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I think Roni, when they come back, they're gonna have influencers as the additional cast members instead of like high society. Not to say that influencers aren't, but I think they're gonna be like very well-known podcasters or TikTokers or whatever. Think like Tinks, Not Skinny But Not Fat, Arena, any of those. I think it's gonna be interesting to see influencers infiltrate where people where they haven't gone before. I think, I don't know why, but I think Paige DeSorbo is going to date Tom Brady.
Why?
Can't explain it.
What? You have to explain it. You can't say something so inflammatory.
Yes, I can. It's not inflammatory. Okay. It's just a prediction. I think Amy Schumer is going to secretly start seeing a woman because she just left her husband. Okay. I think late night shows are going to switch from cable to fully streaming. And people are going to start watching more on like a clip basis on YouTube instead of, because they're kind of already doing that. And I think that cable networks are afraid of the administration. And so they're going to move more to like a YouTube streaming situation. I think that SNL is going to announce a final season because of the same thing. Like viewership is down. I think Fraser and I think Lauren's done. I think Fraser and Matt Rogers are going to get engaged. I think that Joe Bradley and Maddie from Southern Hospitality are going to get engaged. She's going to say yes and then end the engagement shortly after. Or at least I hope she ends it because he is absolutely not for her. He is insecure and an insecure man will ruin your life. I think Madison from Southern Charm is going to get pregnant again by the end of the year.
Pregnant again?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I think Vanita and Carl are going to date and be going really strong. And we might see him filming in Charleston when they begin picking up cameras again next year.
Oh, I would love to see
this
that.
Year. Yeah. I think Kyle and Amanda
good
a fish
content.
Over. I know. Because he has so much history with those guys. Kyle and Amanda, Dunzo. I think Kyle's going to get a DJ residency somewhere. Could be Vegas. Could be at like a casino in Jersey. I don't know. I think Amanda... Yeah, I think as soon as they fully announce, Amanda is going to get an enormous design collab with someone. I don't know who it's going to be.
Wait. Well, what do you, like? What are the brands? Like, give me an example of a brand that you think is on her level.
I'm saying I don't know who it's going to be. Could I just get through these without you telling me?
I thought you wanted to freaking discuss these. You just want to list them? Oh, that'll be fun. I'm sure the listeners will just love or just reading through with no kind of context or what we think is interesting about it. Okay, go ahead.
No, I mean, I don't know. I could see, like, I'm not great with brands with knowing, what would be a good one.
I mean, I guess my concern is I think she's like, she would be lucky to get Dunkin' Donuts or
Brandon, you are so weird about her and not liking her.
I'm not.
I think you are.
You don't go from designing the box for over Loverboy and doing a swimsuit thing to going and designing for like Dior or something like that. This doesn't happen. Okay. So I need to know what brands you think she's going to have this massive collab
I'm telling you, I don't know what the brand will be. She's going to have a huge design collab, and you will see.
We'll revisit this.
Oh, we will. Okay. I think Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun are going to get engaged or secretly married this year.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did you want to discuss? Do you have any additional feelings?
I'm letting you read.
Let it wash over you.
I mean, I think they're a match made in heaven. Liberal seeming right adjacent people.
They're not right adjacent. She is absolutely MAGA. And he used to be liberal, and I think he has become right adjacent.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I think that with all of the AI, like deepfakes and stuff, there's going to be, instead of like fact checking, people are going to be like, that didn't happen. Like just not believing things.
Yeah. I
from
agree.
The outset. And so like watermarking or some sort of like authenticity checking is going to become important for proof. Like instead of providing a video as proof, people are going to be like, okay, whatever. But I think there's going to have to be something like that happens. All right, cool. You'll come back eventually. I think that reality TV is going to get more gamified. I just read a book called The Compound where it's kind of like The Bachelor, but also kind of like Big Brother. And so like they play these games and the audience is like clearly wanting to be involved. But they also like get little treats from different brands if they do certain activities. And I could see it's like this influencer meets audience participation meets gamification of reality TV. And I could see things moving more in that direction, especially with things that are already kind of gamified, like Traders, Big Brother, stuff like that. I think that there's going to be, with the economy the way it is, there's going to be even more influencer luxury backlash. So people are going to be a lot more leery about sharing, like unboxing things or sharing PR packages and things like that. A lot more focus on authenticity. I think there's going to be our first AI full-length movie. It might be like a cartoon or something like that. And it's going to flop because people are going to be furious that it's AI. Last thing, and this has been one that's been going around, but I do think it's true. There's going to be a weird focus. You know how celebrity brands have been focused on makeup for forever? They're going to switch to dental products. Like instead of makeup brands, it's going to be dental. Whitening things, a type of toothbrush, maybe like a tongue scraper. Dental products is
really you think
focus.
Dental is the new face?
I do.
I think good God, I think that dental products is actually a good idea, and I wonder about like the new technology people should be looking into, like AI to help with, is like something where you can scan your own mouth and have veneers made for you that fit over your teeth.
Over your like, actually, you don't have to get them sawed off.
Yeah. So like something that is like extremely low profile that can actually fit over the existing teeth, but become like a perfect, like if you have, and it wouldn't be able to be for all teeth, right? Like you probably would have needed to have like some sort of gamification of your mouth beforehand. So like for me and you who both had braces a long time ago and have had slight shifting, like that we could just pop in like a perfect smile, basically.
I think bring back normal teeth, bring back a little imperfection, just get your teeth whitened. Like I don't understand celebrity veneers. I think it is so weird because I can't believe how many of them have bad veneers. Like it is shocking to me, and how many of them pop out and how many of them have had to get them redone over and over because they have a lisp or they're popping out of their mouths. Like Miley Cyrus finally had hers pulled back and they're so much smaller and they look so much better, but they were awful for a while. Same with Selena Gomez. Like there are just so many people who had terrible veneers. And I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you not just get your teeth whitened or just get like some sort of straightening thing instead of going in and getting veneers? It's so weird. Oh, here we are. Blair Witch Project again. This is so cute. We're getting a great perspective.
I hate everything that's happening. Everything is disconnecting.
Do you want to
believe it or not? We spent some money. We spent some money over the last couple of weeks to try to improve some of these things, and they're all failing. Thanks, Jeff Bezos.
Did we use any of them for today?
Yes, some cables and some different things. So yeah.
What happened? Why is this happening?
If I knew, I would tell you.
It's always yours. It's always whatever you're doing in that room. It's probably my dad and a teddy bear in that closet behind you.
It could be. It also could be. This is the first time that I've tried to do this with my phone on like a lower battery, even though it's plugged in. So I don't know if that's part of it. I don't know.
Do you think that there's like too many things plugged into something?
Nah, because it's not even plugged. Like it's on a separate power supply.
Lord. Okay. Well, here we are.
So let's talk about this with our people in the room, so to say, as we close up the podcast. What are we doing with the recaps?
Okay. So we had a thought because we've had a lot of our friends listen. And because right now our listener base, is our friends, they're like, we listen to the banter at the beginning and we don't really listen to those shows. And so we just turn it off when you do the recap. So we were thinking about doing like the 5 big stories from the week and just chatting about those. And like it may be a story from one of the shows that we watch, and then starting a Patreon and maybe doing some deep dives into random celebrities or doing some recaps there. But anyway, just kind of like switching it up to see if that would help. So if you think it would be better for us to just do like pop culture stories and chit chat about those, let us know. The best way to do that would be to leave a comment on Spotify for us so that we can look at those. That'll be the easiest way, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that, or just send us a direct message in Instagram or TikTok or any of our socials.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you want to support us, make sure you're following us on YouTube. That's super, super helpful. Also, if you have any weird situations in your life that you would like for us to comment on and keep you anonymous, submit it to the Situation Room. Remember, you can change things. You do not have to tell the truth. You can change situations to protect people's identities. We have helped people do this several times. So if that's something you would like to do, go ahead and send it. We're going to record a couple of those in a couple days. So we have room for a few more. We try to batch record those. So feel free to send those in. And anything else from you?
No, find all of our links at popsnitch.com, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, we love you. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.